Hey, folks, welcome back to the lab. We are into another project here. Yes, 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 indeed. So, this week we have a CT Ham number 2 Cold Blast, and we got a copper fount. However, dramatic, dramatic music. Cue the dramatic music. Yeah, man, what a bummer. And I've been looking this over. I mean, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do? Am I going to do anything with it? Do I even bother? But I think that's still going to hold. Still going to hold fluid. So I think what I'm going to try to kind of bend the bottom out a little bit, kind of pull this up a little if I can. Trying a couple methods that I've tried, but I don't know. I don't know how thick this copper is, if I'd be able to bend it. I don't think I'm going to try to do anything to bend that back out. I don't think so. But what I'm thinking we're just going to do, we're going to clean it all up real nice. And we're just going to polish this. We're going to give it a real nice polish. And so it'll be kind of like, like a beauty mark. You know what I mean? Like on a model's cheek. All right, so I think we might be all right here as far as this thing running, right? There is some chewage here, which made me contemplate, maybe pulling the top off another CT Ham number 2 Cold Blast. Maybe I'll do that after we're done with this. And I don't know. There's a little something there. That's a little something. But yeah, because I actually do have a good number of these actually from this same lot that I went and picked up a couple weeks ago. A carload, not a carload, like a dozen old rusty lanterns. And this is one of the better looking ones. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to see, I'm pretty sure that is, there's no issue with leaking there. I don't think. Bottom looks great. Man, this thing would have been so nice. What a bummer. So, yeah. So let's dig into it. By the way, the globe is a loss, but that's all right. I think I got something real nice to put in it. What's going on there? Yeah, Eileen. Yeah, this one, we're going to call it Eileen. Maybe we can fix that when we pull up some of the tank, if we can, successfully. Okay, let's dig into it. Right. So, first of all, let's get this busted globe out of here. We'll get that out of there first. Oh, come on now. There you go. That's too bad. I got a number of these, so I thought maybe I could save this, use it for display. I have a number of these unmarked fatties. I call them fatties. In comparison to the Hot Blast version, kind of looks sexy, sexy curves. Ooh, what is that? Oh, okay. So this part is off, so that means I could take that out. Okay, cool. I think we can put that back in. Throw some solder on there. I like that I can get this cleaned up a lot better now that it's not attached. This isn't too bad. Okay, we'll get everything all straightened out. Yeah, we will. Okay, so bench grinder with that. This. See what we're dealing with here. Well, it doesn't look too bad. I think we'll be all right here. Okay, it's not horribly chewed up. It sure looked like it, didn't it? Yeah, it's kind of been my new thing as of late. doing a lot of brass brush work. Just, you know, it's looking at it, it's sampling, it's taking a look at the integrity of the metal that, you know, that I'd be spending many hours or days on here. I'd like to know what I'm up against, you know what I mean? Yeah, all right, this will be all right, I think. Yeah, cool. Well, like I said, I got donors for stuff if I need to, but part of the challenge is kind of making it work, making something out of what you got, you know. But then again, me having the parts is what I got, right? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things progress here. Okay, I think that's gonna clean up pretty okay. Nice. All right. Go to bench grinder with that. All right, that came right off. So did that. It's like there's a some of a wick in there. Ooh, man, they burnt that down till there was nothing left, huh? Wow. Okay. Excellent. Okay, that'll be just fine. No problem with that. I don't see a problem with this at all. And that back. Yeah, and we'll give that a nice polish too. It'll be very pretty contrast, nice polished brass on polished copper. And again, I might change my mind on that. I just, you know, had been thinking it over, you know, lying in bed for like a, you know, a week or two, thinking about what the heck am I going to do with that? Because, man, the ad, the picture on Marketplace was from that side, obviously. Yeah. All right. Nice. I like to use the brass because brass is a softer metal than this, you know, tin or steel or whatever your lanterns are made of. So it's less evasive and doesn't mark as much. I hate tool marks. If you know me from the channel, I hate my tool marks. Okay. So, let's see. Sounds like something jiggling in there. What is in there? I bet you there's a wick or something. Yeah, there is. Looks like there's a wick in there. But I can't get it out through that little hole. Thought I saw one. Oh yeah, there's. Oh. Ooh. Wow, look at that. That's rotted. Crazy. Alright, well, let's see here. Let's get some of this mess out of the way. I actually have a nice new brush. I can start a nice new brush on this. It's certainly barn fresh, I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge, but one I am willing. I enjoy it. I am enjoying it already. So, yeah, so we got these that are loose. I think I could figure out how to do that. I haven't dealt with that issue before, but it looks simple enough, I think. I say that now. Famous last words. All right, hold on a minute. Let's clean this up. Okay. Okay. I think that's doable. I'm gonna do those long ones here. Oh, that one broke off. Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, it's all right. That's all right. Yeah, see, CT ham metal, you don't get a whole lot of chances to bend stuff. It's a little brittle. I'm assuming there's no copper up here. That's not copper. That's brass. That's a nice rolled brass. Hollow. It's hollow. Amazing how they make that. When I first discovered how that was made, I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. And this one's about ready to come apart too. This thing is, yep, that's all, it's brittle all over here. Brittle. So I'm not gonna play with that pull ring. I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it if I don't have to. And that's usually what I do with these old hams with that kind of ring. I try not to stress those rings out, because yeah. And you can get one off, you know, another. You can get one off another without, you know, breaking the loop. You just do it from the underside. Maybe if I break this, we can. I think I have a donor. All right, so there was a method that I tried with another lantern. I don't know. I'll show you if I can find the part. There. So I had made this thing to try a theory out. So I would get this and I would clamp it in one of my clamps or my vices that are on the side of the table here. And I would put this bent baby in there and get it under there. And then I would push down on the lantern in order to bring the top of the fount up. I wonder if I can pull that up a little bit. And that way make this so it's not leaning so much. Because I see there's some, there's some breaks in the solder here. I suppose if I had to, I could loosen them solders, straighten it up, and then let it harden again. But I think I'm going to try to do that. But do I want to do it now? No, I can see a little bit of you can see where it's bent right there. It certainly was a whole lot of force coming down on this thing, whatever came on down on this thing. Then again, copper is, a softer metal. All right, so here is my vise. If you saw my video about the tools and stuff that I use, this is in there. I talk about it. So here is that bent thing right there. And I'm going to see if I can get that body of that onto here. And we'll see what happens. All right, so we brought it up just a tiny bit, but also in the process, I broke the solder here. So this is now disconnected. So we'll just have to throw some, we gotta redo that solder there and here. So as far as getting this to straighten up, I don't know. I don't think so. We'll see what we can do. So maybe with that solder broken now, it'll give me an opportunity. So all right, we'll see. All right, so you know what? Try my little system here. See if I can help this straighten up a little bit so I can maybe That's looking pretty straight. But will it stay like that? I don't think. I'm thinking if I can, you know, loosen up them solders and have that kind of move and reposition itself there like that. That's looking pretty straight. And I'm holding this down with all my might, actually, down to the table. Let's see. See what happens if I put a little heat to that. Ow. You burn your hand, that's what you do. Oh. Ooh, it certainly is heating things up, I'll tell you that, though. I'm going to hold this for a minute and see. I didn't hear any noises or anything. I didn't see any real movement. You know what? It's actually a little bit better. I'm looking at it. A couple of degrees, that's about it. But it's still... Yeah, that's better. That's better. All right. Cool. I still want to lay some solder down, though. Under there. Yeah. All right, let's get back to it. Okay. Ow. I put a little bit of heat on my hand there. All right, so I kind of want to get some of this mess in here. It's nice and clean here in the manifold because of the lack of rust. Okay, I'll give that a clean out with a proper brush. I have this cool long version of a pointy bit. Yeah, for stuff like that. Pretty cool. In fact, why don't we do it right now? Why not? I'll show you how it works. You've seen the pointy bits. This is just longer. And we'll be using that again. Okay, so we're going to clean out the manifold real quick. Just get rid of the dust and crap. All right, I think that did the trick. Yeah, it looks good in there now. Okay, cool. All right. So we'll get this off of here. And these could be, they could get pretty, you can hear the extra noise because obviously this is not a perfectly, you know, so if this gets a little uneven, it kind of shudders a little bit, but that's all right. The shuddering kind of helps it clean. All right, so I think I'm going to go over to the bench grinder and we'll get this and the other parts all cleaned up. And we'll fix that. And that has a little part right here, so that'll go back in there. And we'll solder it. Cool. Okay. I'm a little more optimistic about this thing. Yeah. All right. So I think I'll go over to. Oh yeah, I know what I was going to do. I was going to pound a little bit on the bottom of that fount here. This lantern's so tall, it's hard for me to. All right. Okay, that's better. Better. It ain't fixed, but it's better. Okay. All right, let me clean up this little mess. Get our crap out of here. Yeah, I've worked on a couple things that were involved in this lot of lanterns that I got. And I've already worked on, I think this is the third one, including Perfection kerosene heater. There's videos for all of them. There will be videos for all of them, but they all had just piles of dirt and shit that I gotten off all of them. Okay, to the bench grinder I go, and I will be back. All right. I'm telling you, this turned out better than I thought. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to hit this with a jump set. All this stuff. And I think I'm going to do a quick steel wooling of this here. Then I think maybe I'll go throw some white vinegar on it and try to get rid of some of the tarnish just to see what it is we're dealing with here. Yeah. Okay. So that came out very nice. This pretty much. Let's see. I know I started a new junk bit. I thought I did. Where is it? Oh, I guess I went through it. All right. This is a new pointy bit. There is a new junk bit if needed. Really? Did I really? Oh, there it is. Okay. I am not losing my mind, folks. Well, I am. I'm got a birthday coming up here like next week. And yeah, the memory, man. What the hell? I forgot that I said that. Okay, here we go. Junk bit. Junk bit. And I don't call it a junk bit because it's junk. It's just, it gets rid of junk for me. It's like it knows. It's like it knows what I want to remove and what I want to keep. All right. Here we go. Junk bit. Still leaning over a little bit. Well. But, all right. It's all right. All right, junk bit action. Here we go. Okay, now onto the wire wheel. Yes, wire wheel to get in all my seams and other various places. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So, yeah. So I think after this, and oh, geez. I don't know. Okay. We're taking this one step at a time while I decide what the heck we're going to do here. Okay, wire wheel time. looking nice. Nice. All right, let's get a fresh pillow. Actually, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, sounds like the ham band been taken over by commercial radio. I hear music. All right, so I'm going to give this a quick steel wool just to get things started here for whatever we're going to do next. Don't have to worry too much about the bottom. I want to take a look for one thing to make sure there's no cracks or anything. Okay, that brightened it up a little bit. Do I want to go put some vinegar on it? I think I'm going to try an 800 grit. I'm going to do an 800 grit. Why not? We're going to be doing some polishing and everything here. I want to get through this. This copper oxidation is really heavy down in here. So let's see what this 800 will do here. 800 grit nylon bit. All right, so I went and tried the polishing wheel a little bit. The tarnish is just so heavy on this. I kind of like the way it looks there, but I want to get down to it here. And I think this is a perfect candidate for me to learn how to do that nicely. So I think what I'm going to try now, I'm going to try salt and vinegar. See if I can help get some of this tarnish off. And then we'll take it back over to the polishing wheel. Who knows? Maybe I'm using too fine a grit, but I don't want to put a heavier grit on the polishing wheel because it's the only wheel I have. So we're going to stick with this. All right, so this is equal parts salt and vinegar. Sure, it'll make a mess of things around here. That's all right. So we're going to try it here on this thing here. We'll see how effective just this soft toothbrush is in getting this off. I may need to do something heavier. I'm gonna stink like a salad bar. Hopefully I won't get it all over my clothes here. All right, that's much improved. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see. Just want to keep this from dripping all over me and my pants and my shoes. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, maybe how about some steel wool and salt and vinegar? Yeah, how about that? That might be what we need. There we go. Wow, well, that's certainly a difference. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna try the steel wool and the salt and vinegar here. Man, some of that oxidation is crazy. Well, all right. I had to go to the sink and give this a good thorough cleaning, and a cutting board, because by the time I got back, all that salt had dried up. This was all white and cakey. So now I can get back over to the polisher. Look at that, man. Look at that. That took some work, though. Holy smokes. But we're going to put a bit more of a shine on here. Yes. And yeah, that drying salt. And believe me, I went to a car wash today. It was like 51 degrees today for the first time in like 5 years. I swear to God, that's what it feels like this winter. But I went to the car wash and finally was able to, get out and dry it off and vacuum it out and everything. It was a delight. And of course, car all caked with dried up salt, and now all the snow is melting, and now there's just big salty puddles of saline everywhere. Okay, so I think I'll go back over there and give this a couple of minutes, and then you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. It is 11:15. I've been at this for a while. Wow. And I haven't had my dinner yet. Okay. Yeah, look at this, man. Looking nice. Inside the tank looks immaculate, of course. This loop has come loose, so I'm gonna have to solder that little joint there so we don't lose that. That's why it's not looking all polished or anything, because that wire was coming loose. All right. Well, folks, this was fun. Well, it's not over. It's fun. It's fun. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do want to go play with this on the polisher. Yeah, give me a couple minutes. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Well, look at that. Yeah, looks good. But, yeah, some globs of this are all like dried up all over the place now, right where I cleaned everything off. But I'm going to try one of these little polishing bits, see what that does for us. And I kind of hit my hand with the wire wheel over on the bench grinder. Oops. All right, let's go play with that. Yeah, that's what I'm after. Right there. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't look so bad right now, does it? Blast. All right, so great. I think that's it for today, though. Yeah, I know what's going on. So, yeah, look at that very cool contrast of brass and copper. It's going to be so sexy. Yeah. Okay. That is it for me for tonight. Yeah, I'm still leaning over, but hey, what are you going to do, man? Yeah. I'm not going to be able to. I think this is a lot thicker than the tin that would be a tin fount. It's much thicker. Not going to be able to bend that up, with my tool. Get in there. Oh, well. Eileen, yes. Okay, very cool. All right, be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to come up just like... Okay, it is the next day. So, why are my lights all messed up? Were my cats in here? Yeah, they probably were. Okay, well, it is the next day, and I think we're at the point now where I'm going to steel wool it. And I might want to pick a little bit. Down there in the bottom of those air tubes. Yeah, let me do that first. Let's see, what can I get at it with? I'm going to go with pointy bit. Where was that good pointy bit I was using? Come on, pointy bit. Where are you at? Not the new one. I need a worn one. All right, this happens all the time. I gotta go through these and throw out the ones that are completely shot. All right, let's see. Talk amongst yourselves. I actually really don't want to get rid of these. Maybe I'll just put them in a different spot. I'll put them over here with the other with these other bits that I don't really get into. That one's shot for sure. That's what I want. That one there. And something with a good point. That one there. Shot. Yeah, I need to start using some new ones. Holy moly. Okay. Now I'll put these in there. Thin the herd a little bit. So if you're hearing a hum in the background, my laundry room is right here, and I'm drying some stuff. Some shop towels. Some lab towels, not shop towels. All right. So I'm going to go pointy bit here. At the bottom of these air tubes, I'm seeing a little something down there I want to kind of get at. It's bugging me. All right, let's do it. Okay, I was fixing this loop. I was going to solder it, but I think I want to get this all steel wooled up, and then we're gonna put the lift mechanism back on and shit like that. Yeah, we're gonna fire this thing up. By the way, I'm excited to do that. I was thinking about it when I was driving around today. This kind of looks like, you know, like somebody's dog came up and took a big old bite out of a cake. All right, let's do some steel wool in here, and then we'll do a little soldering. Here we go. Well, so I don't know if you saw the video about the tools that I use. I just put it out not long ago. And I had been complaining for months about this really shitty Walmart steel wool that I get. This stuff here, there's a link to it in that video. I got it on Amazon, but it's a mouse and rodent deterrent type of, not type, but that's their selling point for it. It's these little pillows like this. You know, you can shove them in holes in your floors and walls. Mice won't chew through this. But it's great. It's great steel wool, man. It's not falling into big old chunks like the cheap Walmart crap. Granted, it comes apart, but all steel wool does that, man. I mean, but yeah, very cool. Good stuff. I'm glad. And like it comes in like a 16 pack. That's all like vacuum packed. It's pretty cool. So far so good with this other stuff. All right, now. Ooh, man, this brush is dusty. Yeah, I've been doing a little cleaning here in the lab, and I got a new light. So this light that you see got kind of that bluish tint, you know, like it looks like a like an aquarium, you know, full of fish. That kind of like that blue. Yeah, well, that's because it's a grow light. I didn't know it was a grow light when I grabbed it at Goodwill. And then I put it in. I'm like, what? So it's nice, you know. It's at full spectrum light and everything, but the bulbs are like red and blue and white, and it throws me off. And it also throws weird colors. Like I remember I was doing a lantern and I thought, why the hell can't I get this red paint off? Well, I was seeing the reflection of the little red LEDs in the grow light. But I just went to Lowe's and got a 3,000 lumen LED shop light, 3-footer we're going to put here. I'm hoping that's going to be brighter and give me more light, because I am struggling with light here. There's a lot of light. I have a lot of light, but it doesn't go everywhere I want it to. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to do? We want to solder this. I'm going to solder this, and then I'll actually, you know what? I bet you I'm going to take it apart. And I'm going to Give it a little polish. So we'll get this soldered up, and then we'll work on the lift lever. We'll go do that. Give that a second. Cool it down. The acetone on there. All right, now I can give that just a little more polish now that I have those ends together. Okay, of course it's not like factory, but it is the original rolled brass pull ring, and it is back together. Excellent. Now, what's next? Yep, needs a little more anchor there, it looks like. Yeah, so the position it's in is not the right one. It kind of it moved on me, so I'm gonna have to move it again. I gotta find a way to isolate that. It's drifting on me because the mechanism is hanging off it. Alright, I need something with some weight on it. Hold that. Hope that's holding it. I'm going to try the back. Okay, solid. Solid. Okay, I just gotta clean that up because there's flux and shit all over it. All right. Okay, that is fixed. Excellent. Well, how are things shaping up here? Oh yeah, we gotta treat it yet. Yep. Treatment. But while I have that, nice vintage wick. That will work just fine. Oh yeah, we got some depth. I'm not gonna be burning this every day. What is that on there? Maybe I will burn it every day. Maybe I will. There we go. Nice little bowed cut. That's kind of the way I like it. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put that on yet. These are all vintage wicks. No new ones in here. I like putting old ones back in. All right, let's treat it. Can't wait to see what this looks like. Contrast of this nicely polished copper and the dark, very patinaed tin. All right, let's do it. Yeah, look at that beauteous dark color. It's gonna contrast so nice. And like I said, this is a treatment. This isn't, it's a treatment first. It's aesthetic second. It's just the aesthetics of it and how it shows the patina and what the metal has really gone through. It's a wonderful side effect of treatment. Yeah, look at that. We're not treating the brass. It's not going to rust on us. Look at that. Yeah, I am happy, man. I was so depressed when I first saw this thing. I was pretty bummed, but now I'm happy. I don't mind it. I think I kind of dig it. Okay, yeah, I dig it, man. I like it. It's like a beauty mark. Look at that. Okay, so let's throw a little fuel in there. I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna hold fuel. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Okay, I just want to check the wick here, make sure we're down in it. Yeah, I'm watching it wick up the wick. Wicking. Wick, wick. Ooh, I gotta find a globe. See if I can find a nice ham globe. Any drips? We'll give it a minute while I go search for a nice ham globe. Maybe a ruby? Yeah, I want to show off the colors, man. I want nice chrome, brass burner and everything. All right, be right back. I'm gonna go find it a globe. All right, but I gotta. I put my oily prints all over. Okay. I got a nice, sexy ham globe. Yes. Granted, it's a hot blast globe. I don't care. And neither does this thing. Well, actually, maybe I do want a fatty in here. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to put a fatty in here. It just looks, yeah, it looks a little off. All right. Sorry, ham globe. I'll find you another home. Hold on a minute. Okay. Nice. Yeah. All right. This is one of the ones I just grabbed this today. A number of them. This one's got some cool wavy patterns in it, and this is like a segmented, kind of like an optical. All of them I got today are this like optical segmented. I call them segmented. Some people call them optical. But yes, great waves. A couple of bubbles in there. Love that. Love it. And it's super heavy too. Super heavy globe. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was perfect in there. Perfecto. No leaks, no weeping. Perfect. Let's see how's my mechanism work. All right. What more can you ask for, right? Okay. So, yeah, we did some things here, man. Did some things. Now we're gonna light her up. Let's turn off some lights. I'm gonna give supervised baby little union break there. Got our matches. All right, let's turn this off. Oh yeah. All right. Here we go, folks. Nice. Okay, yeah. I think this wick is a little too old, man. Okay, it is. It's burning like a bad globe or a bad. Yeah. All right. All right. Oh, that all heated up pretty fast. Okay, let's find another one. That doesn't happen often. That was nice. All right, I'm gonna do this. Get that out of here. Ooh, that one's pretty toasty too. We'll see. We'll try this one. We'll try it with a straight cut. Alright, let's try this one. Plenty of wick on this, so we're going to give that a couple minutes. Make sure. Where does that go? Goes in and click. We are secured. Alright, we'll give it a minute. And we'll fire it up again. Alright. I'll be back this way. Alright. Let's try this again, folks. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. There's a flame. Okay. Awesome. Let's come on down and take a look. Oh, lens is dirty. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah, look at the light. Look at the light coming out of that. Very cool. Okay. What a successful mission, man. Very nice. I am happy. I am happy. Well, oops. Throwing some nice light. Look at that. Very cool. Taking a look at my lab table here. All the shit. Yeah, lots of stuff going on here. All right, folks, that is going to do it. This is great. I am happy. I'm very happy with the outcome of this because I was bummed. But hey, folks, like I usually say at the very end, don't you go changing.
We'll be back with the Magic Tunes for the Armada Room's 2-hour disco swing party after this short break. Till then, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.